All right, and we're back with a new video upgrading my '05 Subaru WRX. Was able to obtain a full STI interior for a whopping 350 bucks. Obviously, though, the condition of the material is not looking so good. As you can see, some of the suede still actually works surprisingly. Although how disgusting these look, the rear seats aren't too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and clean these seats up and do a full swap. I don't have it here at my house right now, but I do have the door canards inserts to go ahead and install as well. Those don't really need a cleaning. I looked over them, they looked actually pretty good. So mostly it's just the seats. So probably gonna do some clips of me just cleaning these up and probably seeing how disgusting these are. Probably as well gonna include a clip of me repairing the stitching and the bolstering here. Hopefully I should be able just to do a simple sewing and get this attached and making it look like one piece again. As far as I'm aware, there's not really any actual seat covers that I could use to swap over these. I believe you just gotta work with what material you got. So yeah. All right, I finished vacuuming out all the seats. They just had some weird wood chips from the shipment container it was in. So now we're actually on to trying to pull a lot of the dirt out with my carpet extractor. I'm gonna be using just this random Chemical Guys lightning fast stain extractor. I heard it's safe on the suede material this is. So like I said, I'm trying to preserve that as much as I can. And hopefully bring a lot of the blue out of the material again. So we'll see. All right, so the passenger seat is done. I was hoping to get a little more vibrance out of the STI embroidery, but I'm just gonna guess a lot of the dye in the stitch has worn away over the year, so that's kind of disappointing. Otherwise, though, cleaned up pretty well. The suede is still in pretty good condition, so that's great. So I was really looking for that. So curious to see what this looks like once it's actually fully dried off and see if it gets any more vibrant. So now we're going on to the driver's side one, which is the worst one I have. The upper part isn't so bad, but as soon as you go towards the base, it's pretty bad. I'll be shocked if I get any of this out. I have a sneaking suspicion a lot of this is oil that's been put in here. So we're gonna give it a shot. All right, finally finished the driver's side one. So it surprisingly came out a lot better than I expected it to be. A lot of that weird stuff that was here was like some kind of wax or something. I'm not 100% sure what that was, but I actually was able to get a lot of it out. Obviously, there's damage to the actual fabric back there, but I'm not really sure if there's anything I could even really do about that. But came up pretty good. Definitely could tell whoever owned it before it may not have made it home in time, where they're prairie dogging on their way back home from work or something, because that water was probably the most disgusting I've ever pulled out of an actual seat for interior. So next up is going to be the rear seats. Hopefully shouldn't be too much effort. Obviously this one only has a little bit of stains right there and a little bit on those panels there, but at least the upper piece isn't as bad. So 50% there. All right, got the front panels installed on the inner doors. So what originally I thought was a direct replacement isn't necessarily the case. So the door panels I have installed, I believe, are off an '04 STI and not an '05. My original WRX is an '05. And so I think there's just differences in some of the pieces. So for example, this used for the window switch actually had different style connectors. This is the window switch that's on the passenger side that I had to remove from the donor piece and put in my switch because the connector on the back is actually brown on the original one, and this has like a white, slightly different connector. That, and for on where the door handle is on the inside, on the original 04 doors, the piece of trim is just one singular piece that goes like this, that you remove out. On the STI donor doors that I have, that is not the case. The only thing that gets removed is just a single small trim piece here that goes in. So that's a slight variance I found as well. All right, and that completes my $350 donor STI interior swap. So like I said, just gotta get some replacement trim here. I guess there's just variances in the actual door canards. Overall, as you see, the original condition of the seats when I got them, they were pretty bad, but still have a couple more probably cleanings I have to do. But thankfully, the suede is still intact. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a lot more still to do. Up next is probably moving on to transmission mount. Whenever you drive the vehicle and you get like into second gear, the whole shifter almost wants to pop out of its gear. So definitely gotta change that before it's too late. And for sure, some new brakes on the way. I'm hoping to do just a simple STI swap with the Brembos. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested in this whole project of converting a WRX to just an STI, stay tuned. Plenty more to do with this project, and that's where this ends this video. Thanks.